Hello everyone, my name is Katigbak and I give talks and workshops on the theology of the body. The theology of the body, or TOB, is a series of teachings given by St. John Paul II during the early part of his pontificate. In these 129 talks, St. John Paul II helps us see how God reveals himself in and through the human body made male and female. In TOB, we learn what it means to be made in the image and likeness of God, what this has to do with our sexuality, what marriage means, and why the Church teaches what it does when it comes to sexual morality. Today, I'd like to talk to you about how we can begin forming our children in the theology of the body, even at a young age. It's so important that we give our kids the right foundation for understanding the body and its purpose, to give them a healthy view of their sexuality consistent with what the Catholic faith teaches us, and eventually prepare them for meaningful, lasting, and chaste relationships. What's so important about the body, you might ask? Isn't it enough that we teach them the parts of the body, in other words, just the biology? But to look at the body only through the lens of science would really be incomplete. As John Paul II reveals to us, the body is not just biological, it is also theological. The body reveals not just a complex set of systems that are integrated together, working together. The body also reveals God. One of the most amazing and one of the most precious gifts that God gave to us is our bodies. As human persons, our bodies are essential to who we are. We are, after all, embodied persons. We're not just bodies, but an integrated body and spirit unity. That's what makes us human persons different from all of God's other creatures. When God created the human person in His image and likeness, He did not create just a generic person. Rather, He made humanity male and female. Remember what Genesis chapter 1 verse 27 tells us. God created man in His image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. It was as male and female that God created us to be in His image and likeness. That means our being made male and female has something to do with our being made in the image and likeness of God. Now, how, you might ask? Think about how in being created male and female, different and yet complementary, man and woman are able to make a total gift of themselves in love to each other through their bodies. And in giving oneself and receiving the other, what happens? A new human person is brought into existence. Their love is incarnated in another human person, in another unique, unrepeatable human being. The great St. John Paul II says that in this giving and receiving of each other in love that becomes fruitful and life-giving, as man and woman live in this communion of love, they mirror the communion of love that is in God, who is a Trinity. For as the Catechism of the Catholic Church tells us, God is an eternal exchange of love, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. God is a Trinity. And in the Trinity, we see this eternal, total self-giving between Father and Son. The Father pouring Himself out and making a total gift of Himself in love to the Son. And the Son receiving the Father and also pouring Himself out and making a total gift of Himself in love to the Father. And that self-giving between Father and Son is so powerful that it overflows and bursts forth in another person, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the fruit of that self-giving between Father and Son. It is the bond of love between Father and Son. Now, as human persons made in the image and likeness of our Trinitarian God, who is love, through our bodies made male and female, we are also able to mirror this total self-giving love in the Trinity, where husband makes a total gift of himself to his wife, the wife receives her husband and also makes a total gift of herself to him, and that total self-giving between husband and wife becomes fruitful and life-giving and is another person, a third, fourth, sometimes a fifth, a sixth person. That's how great the human body is. Through the body, we are able to reveal our Trinitarian God to the world. That's why the body is sacred. The body reveals God. Now today as parents, many of us have witnessed how the body is no longer treated with respect, honor, and reverence. We often forget that the body is the person, that I am my body. And so the body is not just a piece of property that I own that I can manipulate as I wish. We often disregard the fact that the bodies we encounter around us are persons, not just objects that we can use as we please. And most concerning of all, as parents, perhaps we have seen how the body no longer has meaning to who we are as persons. In many places, the sex of a person is referred to as just something being assigned at birth, rather than something identified and recognized based on a person's body. More and more we see young people who engage in what are meant to be very intimate acts with their bodies, even without being in any committed or intimate relationship, as though what we did with our bodies had no bearing at all on who we are as persons, on our emotional, psychological, or spiritual life. The body has come to mean almost nothing, from something that we can use to achieve our own selfish purposes. Let me share with you 3 things that are important to teach our young children, to give them the right foundation to understanding the body through what the theology of the body teaches us. And if they grow up being aware of the meaning of their bodies and learning to use their bodies in the right way to do the right things, and if we are able to reinforce these truths as they grow up and interact with more people in more intimate relationships, I think we can be more confident that they will make the right decisions when it comes to their bodies. So 3 things to teach your children about the body. And the first is that the body teaches us many things. The body is an amazing teacher, and it's good for our children to not just be aware that they have bodies with many different parts, but to also know what this body tells them about what it means to be a human person. Our bodies tell us 3 things about ourselves. First, the body teaches us that we are human. Being human is unique and special, and we can know through a creature's body if that creature is human or not. Right? A person's body is different from the body of a dog or an elephant or a bird. You can tell that someone is a person even if that person were wearing an animal costume, right? And the body teaches us different things about being human. Through the body, we can know how tall people are, if they might be light or heavy, if they are young, maybe are they babies or toddlers or young children, or if they're older, young adults, teenagers, or maybe as old as their parents or even their grandparents. We can know this through the body. The body also tells us that some people have special needs. Perhaps there are some people who are unable to move or talk or see or hear the way we can. But through their bodies, we know that they are human too, just like us. Point out to your kids that no 2 bodies are exactly the same. Each of us is unique, unrepeatable, and irreplaceable. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to tell one sparrow flying from another, but we can tell one person from another because each of us is created differently. What we would like our children to see is that regardless of all the differences that we may have with one another, each person is important. Each person is special and worthy of love. All of us are equal and have dignity because each one of us is created by God in His own image. The second thing that our body teaches us is that as human persons, there are some things that we are born with. Our eye color, the shape of our eyes, face, nose, and mouth, our features based on our race or ethnicity. These are all things that we're born with and which we do not choose. And that's great because we know that these 2 are gifts from God. We also teach our kids one important reality, that the body teaches us whether we are male or female, a boy or a girl. We can know this through our external body parts, yes, but also through the cells that make up our bodies. Every cell of our body shows whether we are male or female. It's built into us. The way our bodies are organized for reproduction depends on our being male or female. That's something we cannot change. Being a boy or a girl is a gift from God that we gratefully receive and not something that we choose on our own. The third thing that the body teaches us about being human is that we have needs, but also that those needs can wait to be met. We know, for example, that we need food and water and rest because we feel hungry or thirsty or tired and sleepy. When your child, for example, complains of being hungry, point out to your child that that's your body's way of telling you that you need food in order to grow. If your toddler starts feeling sleepy, say, your body's telling you that you need to rest. But we also know that there is a right time and a right place and a right way to meet our needs. We teach this to our children all the time. I might be hungry, but I can wait for the mass to finish before I eat. I need to pee, but I wait for the person who's using the bathroom. I'm sleepy, but I wait for my class to end. Waiting for the right time and the right place to do the right thing in the right way is called self-control. And exercising self-control shows that you consider other people's needs as important too. And of course, that opens the door to many more lessons on patience, kindness, concern for others, and many more. The second thing that we teach our children about the body is that every body is somebody. The body is not a something, it is a someone. As a person, I don't have this thing called a body. Rather, this body is me. I am my body. My body is not just something that I own, like I would own a toy or a pet. This body is me. And being a person means being embodied, body and spirit united together. That's how God created us, and that's why we take care not just of our bodies, but our souls as well. Whatever I do with my body or to my body affects who I am. If I use my body to do good things, to be kind to others, to serve others and express kindness, then I become a virtuous person. And in the same manner, if I use my body to hurt others or to do bad things or to engage in bad behavior, then who I am is also affected. My character is affected. Likewise, if I hurt someone's body, then I hurt that person. Let's teach our children that everybody is somebody. Everybody is a person made in the image and likeness of God. Therefore, someone to be loved and respected. You know, today it's very easy to see others as objects to be used. Like, how can I use this person to get what I want or what I need? But knowing that everybody is a somebody reminds me that the proper response to this body or to this person is not to use them, but to love them. We use objects, but we love people, and not the other way around. If we and our children are aware of this, that everybody is a human person worthy of love, then how differently we would look at one another. So first, that the body teaches us many things. Second, that everybody is somebody. And the third thing that we teach our children about the body is that our bodies show we are made for love by being a gift. Help your children see the amazing design that God gave our bodies. God made our bodies in such a way that we have everything that we need to be a gift to others. And being a gift means expressing love and kindness through the body. Notice how we have hands that can help, that can caress or maybe write love letters, draw pictures, or wipe someone's tears. We have legs and feet that can run errands or climb the stairs to get something for mom or dad, or dance to entertain our family. We have mouths that can speak loving words or sing songs or maybe taste mom's cooking and smile at others. Help your children see the many different ways that their bodies are designed to express love. We can only express love through the body. There's no other way. We can't simply think loving thoughts or send some love vibrations to someone that we love and expect them to feel our love. No, we need to use our bodies. We need to use our arms and give them that hug. Or we need to use our fingers to type someone a text message. Or our lips to give them a sweet kiss. Or our mouth to say, I love you. We need to do these things for others to feel our love. That's why God gave us bodies, and that's why He designed our bodies this way. We are made to be a gift. Let your children know that they are a gift, not just to you, but to everyone around them. Every child born to a family is a gift from God, and our bodies are the sign of it. When your children help out with tasks at home, say, thank you for being a gift. Ask them, how can you be a gift when we go visit your grandparents this weekend? Or how can you be a gift to your friend who is sick? Challenge them to think of many different ways that they can express love and kindness through their bodies. And in that way, they are being what God created them to be. Most of all, help your children see that one of the greatest ways of being a gift is when two people get married and build a family. Husband and wife become a gift to each other and become mom and dad to their children and love them and raise them to be gifts to others too, all through their bodies. These three things, that the body teaches us many things, that everybody is somebody, and that our bodies show that we are made for love by being a gift, hopefully these will set the right foundation for our children's understanding of the body, their own and that of others, especially in the early years. This will allow them to see that God has a special design and purpose for their bodies that must be honored and respected. There are, of course, many more aspects about our bodies, our identity, our relationships that we need to teach our children. And as they get older, especially as they approach the pre-adolescent years and then later as adolescents, we must of course continue to form and guide them to grow in their understanding of God's plan for them. In a culture that tries to convince us that the body is just a meaningless instrument that we can use, manipulate, or even recreate according to our desires and purposes, our goal as parents is to help our children realize that trusting in God's perfect design for the body is not only reasonable and reassuring, but also liberating. For when we live according to God's design, it is then that we are truly free.